Hi everybody, this is the continuation video of the percentage. In the previous video, we have discussed 15 questions. In this video, we are going to discuss another 10 questions. Okay. Now, the 16th question is the difference between a number and its 2/5 is 5/10. What is 10% of the number? The difference between a number, that number is x, and its 2/5. Its 2/5 means 2 divided by 5x. A number and its 2/5, and its 2/5 of the number. Definitely x is big. So this is 2/5 of the x, but x is 100%. Okay. So therefore this is big, this is small. Therefore the difference between this and that, which is equal to 5/10. This is equal to 5/10. So this is directly we can take it from the problem. General 2/5, the difference between the number and its 2/5. 2/5 means that number, suppose 2/5 is going, what is the remaining? 3/5 is remaining. So this is nothing but 3/5, or otherwise we can take 5x minus 2x divided by 5 is 5/10. Therefore this is nothing but 3/5 of the x. If it is a number, 2/5, we subtract 2/5 from that number, remaining will be 3/5. 2/5 is going out, so therefore 3/5 is there. So therefore 3/5 of the x is equal to 5/10. So this implies x is equal to 5/10 into 5 divided by 3. 5/10 into 5 divided by 3. So therefore 1 3s are 3, 21, 7 3s are 21 into plus 0, sorry, 170. So therefore 5 times of 170 is equal to 5 ones are 35. So therefore this is nothing but 850. This is nothing but 850. So the number is 850, but what they are asking, 10% of the number. So therefore 10% of the number is 85. So therefore 10% of the number, 10% of the number is equal to 85. So therefore 85 is the answer. Therefore 85 is the answer. Understood? The 17th problem is a number is increased by 20%. A number is increased by 20% and then decreased by 20%. The final value of the number. The final value of the number. One is concept, another one is shortcut. What is shortcut? If x% increases and the same x% decreases, then x by 10 the whole squared percentage always decrease. Always decrease. If x% increase and then x% decrease, then x by 10 the whole square percentage is always decrease. So therefore what is the answer? 20% is increased, 20% is decreased. Therefore x is equal to 20. Therefore 20 divided by 10 the whole square percentage decrease. 20 divided by 10 is 2. 2 squared is equal to 4. So therefore the answer is 4% decrease. The answer is 4% decrease. The concept is, suppose let us take 100. If it is increased by 20%, so 20% increased will be getting 120. If 20% decrease, 20% means what? 12. 10% is 12, 20% is 24. But 24 decrease means 120 minus 24, you will be getting 96. You will be getting 96. Therefore, 100 becomes 96. Therefore, 4% decrease. Therefore, 4% decrease. So, therefore, both the things are same. Okay. The 18th question is, if a number if the numerator of a fraction, if numerator of the fraction is increased by 150%, and the denominator of the fraction is increased by 350%. The resultant fraction is The resultant fraction is 25 divided by 51. What is the original fraction? What is the original fraction? So we do not know the original fraction. Let the original fraction be. Let the original fraction be x by y. Fraction means x by y. If the numerator is increased by 150%, so here x is again 100%, any number is 100%. Here is also any number is 100%. So already x is 100%. If the numerator, the same x is increased by 150%, so therefore already 100 increased by 150. So therefore 250% of x divided by, here y is already, any number is 100%, already I told. So any number is 100%. Now that denominator is also increased by 350%. Already we have 100%. So therefore 450% of y is the resultant fraction. So the resultant fraction becomes 25 divided by 51. Percentage will be cancelled. 0 will be cancelled. This 25 will be cancelled. So therefore x by y is equal to, this implies x by y is equal to 45 divided by 51. 45 divided by 51. I can cancel it by 3. So 1 3 is 3. 5 3s are 15 divided by 1 3 is 3. 7 3 is 21. So therefore the answer is 15 by 17. The answer is 15 by 17. So therefore the original fraction is equal to 15 by 17. 19th one, in an examination, in an examination, 34% of students failed in mathematics. Students failed in mathematics. Failed in mathematics, and 42 failed in English. Failed in English. If 20% of the students failed in both subjects, failed in both the subjects, then the percentage of students who passed in both the subjects, who passed in both the subjects. Okay. The number of, suppose the total number of students in the class is 100. Okay, now always given in percentage. Total number of students is not given. So therefore let us take the total number of students of the class is 100. Okay. Now the number of students failed in mathematics. The number of students failed in mathematics 34%. The number is 34. The number of students failed in English. Therefore N of E, number of students failed in English, N of E is equal to 42. Failed in both the subjects, N of M intersection E, both the subjects, failed in both the subjects is 20%, equal to 20. So now out of 100, what they are asking, the number of students who passed in both the subjects. That means we have to leave the students either failed in any one of the subjects, Okay. So any one of the subjects, suppose any students failed in any one of the subjects, definitely the students failed, not passed in both the subjects. So therefore what we are going to find out, number of students failed in any one in the sense N of E union M, any one. Okay, N of E union B is failed in any one. We subtract this N of E union M, we will be getting passed in both the subjects. Suppose he failed in one subject, okay, it will not be counted. Okay, so therefore this is equal to, we know that N of E union M is equal to N of E plus N of M minus N of E intersection M. So passed in both the subjects means, so that particular student should have passed mathematics and English. If he fails at least in one subject, it will not be counted. Understood? So therefore we have to subtract this. So therefore N of E is equal to how much? N of E is 42 plus N of M is 34 minus N of E intersection M is 20. This is equal to 76 minus 20. Therefore 56. So 56 students failed in either of the subjects. failed in either M or E, English or. So therefore the passed in both subjects is 100 minus 56, therefore 100 minus 56, therefore 44 students only passed in both the subjects out of 100 students, therefore the percentage of pass is 44 percentage. Therefore the percentage of passed the students is 44 percentage. Okay. Twentieth question is an agent gets a commission of 2.5 percentage on the sales of cloth. On the sales of cloth. If on a certain day he gets rupees 1250 as a commission. $1250 as commission. The cloth sold through him on that day is how much? Okay. An agent gets a commission of rupees 2.5 percentage on the sales of cloth. That means what? Suppose he sold the cloth for rupees 100, the commission is 2.5. Is it right? An agent gets a commission of 2.5 percentage on the sales of cloth. 2.5 percentage means if the selling price is 100, the commission is 2.5. Suppose he sold the cloth of rupees 100, the commission is 2.5. On a certain day, he gets rupees 1250. So this 2.5 becomes 1250. Then what will be the selling price? How much that person sold the cloth? Okay. So this is the question. 100 is 2.5, 200 is 5, or 1000 is 25. If he sold the cloth for rupees 100, the commission is 25. So if he sold the cloth of rupees 1000, what is the 2.5 percentage of 1000? 25 rupees. But he has only 12.5 rupees. So therefore the selling price, he sold the cloth on that particular day is 500. How much we can calculate? This must be 1250. So therefore 2.5 is 100. 1 is equal to 100 by 2.5. So this becomes what? 12.5 is equal to the 12.5 we should get. So multiply it. So therefore 100 divided by 12.5 into 2.5. How many 2.5s are 12.5? I run 5 times. So therefore this is equal to 500. 5. So therefore this is equal to 500. 5. Understood? 100 is 2.5. It should be 12.5. So therefore this is 100 divided by 2.5. 100 divided by 2.5 into 12.5. 100 divided by 2.5 into 12.5. So therefore I can get 2.5. So this is 5. Therefore 5 into 100. Therefore this is 500. Okay. So we can calculate like that. If 2.5 is here, it will be 100. If here the 12.5 we need means we have to divide this 100 by 2.5, you will be getting here 1. If you multiply it by 12.5, you will be getting again multiply it by 12.5 here, so you will be getting the same answer. So therefore the answer is 500. Therefore the answer is 500. Okay. The sum of the number of boys and girls. Boys and girls in a school is 150. Total number of students, boys and girls, is 150. If the number of boys is x, if the number of boys is x, if the number of boys is x, then the number of girls becomes x percentage of the total number of students. X percentage of the total number of students. Total number of students. The number of boys is this is the question. The number of boys is x plus number of boys plus number of girls is equal to 150. This is given. Given that if the number of boys is x, then the number of girls, the number of boys plus number of girls, the number of girls becomes x percentage of the total number. Total number is again 150. That's all. So therefore x plus x by 100 into 150 equal to 150. Then what will be the x? X is nothing but the number of boys. So which is our required thing. So therefore 250, here is 350 is 150. So therefore x plus 3x by 2, therefore 2x plus 3x, which is equal to 150 into 2, 300. Therefore 5x is equal to 300. This implies x is equal to 60. So therefore number of boys is 60. The number of boys is 60. Okay, the next question is the price of wheat falls by 16%. 16%. By what percentage a person? By what percentage a person? By what percentage a person can increase the consumption? Can increase the consumption of wheat so that his overall budget overall budget does not change. Overall budget does not change means the expenditure is fixed. The expenditure is fixed. Okay. So the expenditure is fixed. The price of the commodity decreases. The price of the commodity decreases. That means what? If price of the commodity, if the price of the commodity decreases, then the consumption increases by X percentage divided by increases in the sense 100 minus X. Okay, so if denominator is going to be small, the total thing will be increase. Okay, 100 percentage, 100 minus X, X divided by 100 minus X into 100 percentage. So therefore, simply I can write 16 divided by 100 minus 16, therefore 84 into 100, 84 into 100 percentage. Okay, so therefore I can write, so therefore here 4 4s are 16, 2 4s are 8, 400 divided by 21, 400 divided by 21 percentage, again this is equal to, so 19.047 something like that. So therefore 0.0 means, so therefore 19 percentage, approximately 19 percentage. So therefore if the price of the wheat decreases by 16 percentage, the consumption increases by 19 percentage, provided the expenditure is same. Okay. The next question. Two numbers are 20%, two numbers are 20% and 30% less than 20% and 30% less than 20% and 30% less than the third number. Less than the third number. How much percent is the second number less than first? So let us take the third number is 100. Okay, two numbers are 20% and 30% less than the third number. 20% means 80, 30% less means 70. 20% is 20, less than 20 is 80, less than 30% is 70. This is first number, this is second number, this is third number. The question is, how much percentage is the second number is less than the first number? Okay, so how much less? 10 less. Out of 80 minus 70 divided by, out of what? 80. From the first number to less than the first number. So the second number is how much percentage? Less than the first number. So therefore 10 by 80 into 100. 10 by 80 into 100. So this 10, subtracting this 10 From where? 80. 80 minus 70 is 10. So therefore this is equal to, out of 10 only we are subtracting 10. Then only we will be getting 70. So therefore out of 80, let us take here. So therefore here this 0 cancel. So therefore 100 divided by 8. 100 divided by 8 is equal to 18. 20, 2 8s are 16. Remain 40, 5 8s are. Therefore the answer is how much percentage? So this is 70 is 12.5 percentage less than the 80. The second number is the 70 is 12.5 percentage less than the 80. But numerically 10 is less than this. But 12.5 percentage is, what is the 10.5? What is 10 percentage? 10 percentage is 8. What is 1 percentage? 0.8. What is 2 percentage? 1.6. So therefore, what is 10 percentage? 10 percentage is 8. 2 percentage is 1.6. Therefore 8. That is we are going to find out 12 percentage is less. 12 percentage is nothing but 10 percentage is 8. 2 percentage is 1.6. 5 percentage is 0.4, you will be getting 10. So therefore 10 percentage is less. Understood? So therefore this is from the third question. The 24th question is, a batsman scored 110 runs, which included 3 boundaries, and 8 sixes. What percentage of his total score did he make by running between 2 wickets, between the wickets. Between the wickets means how much what percentage of the total score did he make through single runs. Already 3 boundaries, 8 sixes, and single runs between the wickets. That means how many runs between the wickets. Single run or 2 runs, how many times he is making to run between this and that. Okay. So therefore, totally there are 110 runs. Totally there are 110 runs. 3 boundaries. 3 boundaries means 3 into 4, 12 runs. And 8 sixes. 8 into 6 equal to 48. So therefore, from boundary and sixes, he scored how much runs? 60 runs he scored. But 110 minus 60 equal to 50 runs he has taken from the single run and 2 runs or 3 runs like that. That means single running between the 2 wickets. So therefore this is 50. What percentage of 110? Okay. So what percentage of 110? So the answer is 50 divided by 110 into 100 percentage. So what percentage of the total score did he make by running between the wickets? 50 runs he made. Actually 50 runs only he made running between the wickets. Therefore 50 divided by out of 110 into 100. So therefore I can take. So therefore this will become therefore 500 by 11. Therefore 50 divided by 500 by 11 is equal to not 500 by into 100, okay, 40, 50, 60, totally 110 runs. What percentage? So this is equal to 50 divided by 110 into 100. So therefore 500 by 11 is equal to 4 11s are 45, 44, 60, 5 11s are 55, remaining 5, therefore 45, 5 by 11, 45, 5 by 11 percentage, 45, 5 by 11 percentage. So therefore the batsman scored 45, 5 by 11 percentage of runs from the running between the two wickets. Okay, so therefore this, yeah. Okay, first question is the price of cycle is reduced by 25 percentage. The new price is reduced by a further 20%. The two reductions together are equal to a single reduction of what? How much percentage? Already I have given that x plus y plus xy by 100. This is the formula for successive increase or decrease, or increase or decrease, or decrease or increase, or something like that. This is the overall effect. Increase stands for plus, decrease stands for minus. So here 25% reduced, further 20% reduced, both will be negative. So therefore here is minus 25, again minus 20. Okay, here minus into minus again plus. X is minus, y is also minus, minus into minus plus. So therefore 25 into 20 divided by 100 over 20, 120s are 5 20s are 100. So therefore here 1 5s, 5 5s are 25. So therefore minus 25 minus 20, therefore minus 45 plus 5. This is equal to minus 40. So therefore 40%. If it is negative, decrease. If it is positive, increase. So therefore the total single reduction is 40%. But total reduction is overall effect is 40%, not 45. 25 again 20. So you don't calculate like that. 25 and again 20. Therefore 45% will not come. So definitely further reduction is only 40%. Only 40%. So this is the formula. This is most important. You can calculate the same. Suppose x percentage increase, x percentage decrease. Also you can get it. Suppose x percentage increase means plus x. X percentage decrease means minus x. So plus into minus, minus. X into x, x square divided by 100. X square divided by 100. This and this will be cancelled. This is always a decrease. Minus stands for decrease. So x square by 100 is equal to x by 10. The whole square percentage always decrease. So we can take this x by 10, the whole square is also from this formula only. Okay. So therefore, this is most important. Okay. Thank you.